Hello, my wonderful Faith Global Academy students. Welcome to yet another interesting English class. I am your favorite teacher, of course, Onome Uku. Today, we are going to be discussing parts of speech. Parts of speech. But before we do that, I would like us to actually revise what we did in our previous class. I remember I gave you an assignment or homework, if you like. I hope you did it. I look forward to seeing them in the comment section. Alright, let's delve into today's topic. Today, like I said, we're looking at a very important aspect of English language. Parts of speech. I know most of us have come across the sentence or the term part of speech, but sometimes, somehow, we get confused about the meaning. And that's why we're here today. I'm going to actually delve into it properly because we want to give our students a background knowledge of our introductory topics. Parts of speech. The English parts of speech. The English parts of speech. Now, what is actually part of speech? You may ask. Now, every language has the way they are communicated. And this speech is actually what segmented into different parts. Same goes with English language. Now, when you hear the term part of speech, it simply refers to the different categories or grammatical categories into which the words we use to construct our sentences are broken down and analyzed. So that is what part of speech is. For example, as a biology student, we all know or familiar with the body parts. The body parts consisting of your head, your hands, your stomach, your legs. Now, all these parts come together to form your body. Same can be said to the English speech. The English speech has different parts or different words consisting of the noun, the verb, the adjectives, and so on. So, these parts are the different parts of what the English speech, that is what the part of speech is all about. For example, to break it down for you, in this sentence, the girl is beautiful. The girl is beautiful. Now, if you look closely at this sentence, which could possibly be a speech. The difference between a sentence, written sentence, and a speech is that a speech is verbalized. Like, you're supposed to utter it with your mouth for it to become a speech. So basically, they are the same. It's just that one is written, then speech. A sentence is written like this, it is on the board, while a speech is spoken or verbalized. So, in this sentence, which is the girl is beautiful, that have not become a speech. It is made up of words, different words, English words. Now these words, big, 1, girl, 2, is 3, and beautiful, 4. So we have a sentence or a speech consisting of 4 different words. Now these words are the words that have formed this particular speech. We're looking at this as the sentence as what? A speech. Now these words belong, each of these words belong to a different part of speech. For example, the THE here, the, is an article. We call it an article. An article. Specifically, it is a definite article. A definite article. We have other types of articles. And then the second word, girl, is a noun. Girl is a noun. But to be specific, it is a common noun. So we have what? Noun. And then we have the next word, is. Is a verb. Is a verb. While the fourth word, beautiful, is an adjective. Is an adjective. Okay? So I'm just trying to explain explain what the parts of speech are before we continue. Now, we're looking at this sentence as a case study for a speech. We're looking at it as a speech. Now, you can see that we have 4 different words in this speech. The first word here is the, which I said is an article. The second one is girl, which is a noun. The third word is a verb, while the fourth word is an adjective. As you can see, now each of these categories or these words, each of them is a part of speech, is a part of this particular word speech. In other words, every sentence you make, every phrase you make, all of them represent a speech which contain different parts known as noun, pronoun, verb, or adjective. So basically we have 8 parts of speech in English language. Basically we have 8 parts of what? Speech in English language. We have 8 parts of speech in English language. And the most familiar one that everybody knows is the noun. Is the noun. So today we are beginning from the noun. Now it is assumed that you must have been taught parts of speech in your junior class or junior classes. Being here, we want you to gain the background knowledge by refreshing your memories, so that by the time the class progresses, you will not be confused by the time we start using terms. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're doing. So we're looking at what now? Looking at now. Now, remember when we were in primary school, those days where the teacher, will ask, English teacher will ask the class or point at you to define the noun, and then you stand up with your big head and then with your hands behind your back and moving from left to right, and a noun is the name of a person, and is a thing, and then the teacher will say clap for her, and then everybody claps with you, and then you feel pride and all that. Yes, that is what a noun actually is. Nouns actually are naming words. They are naming words. They name places, they name people, they name animals, they name ideas, and also concepts. So basically, a noun is a name of a person, animal, place, or thing. Alright? So the word noun actually originated from a Latin word named called nomen, nomen, which means name, which means what? Name. So basically everything that exists on earth has a name. Everything that exists that you can think of has a name. So just imagine you going to, let's say, a supermarket, and you want to buy something, and then on getting there, you're not describing. I want this to the seller that I want to buy. If I want to buy a flat, a flat thing that has a handle, or that has a handle, and it's made of rubber and all that, do you know how long it take for the person to actually decode what you're actually communicating if there is no noun? So nouns are very important. So someone else who will come to that same supermarket to get 3 items and knows the names of those items would have bought what they came to buy and left. But you are still there trying to describe what you want to buy, So that's how important a noun is. Okay? And then we have the different types of nouns. We have different types of nouns. Okay? The first type of noun we're going to be treating is the proper noun. The proper noun. The proper noun. Now, like I said, we have different types of nouns, and then the first one we're treating is the proper word noun. The proper noun. Now, what are proper nouns? What are proper nouns? Proper nouns are basically just simply the names of, or specific names of people, places, things, ideas. Particular name of people, places, and ideas, and animals, and all that. For example, if I say a man is coming, a man is coming, and I say Mr. John is coming. The man is coming, Mr. John is coming. A man here could be any man. It could be any man, like the black man, tall man, short man, the man with the long hair, any man. But what we say, Mr. John is coming. Mr. John here is a proper noun because we're talking about a specific or a particular male human being, a particular man with identity. That is what a proper noun is. Hope you're following. The proper noun is a noun that refers to a specific thing, person, place, idea, or concept. Okay? Alright, let's go ahead and see examples of some proper nouns. Examples of some proper nouns. The first example we have here is, okay, before I proceed, I would like you to take note of the fact that proper nouns are the first letter of a proper noun is usually written in capital letter or an uppercase letter. take notes of that. Wherever you find them in a sentence, it could be at the beginning, the middle, or end of sentence. Wherever they actually appear in a sentence, it's the first letter has to be capitalized. That's how proper nouns are actually identified. Okay? So take note of that. Proper nouns refer to specific names of people. People. Example. John. Mary. Tina. Now these are examples of proper nouns that refer to names of people. And if you look closely, you realize that each of the names begin with a capital letter. So you must always remember that. You must always remember that. Two, we have places. Places. E.g. Let's start with okay. So Lagos, Nigeria. You have any examples you want to give me? Go ahead and write it in the comment section. Nigeria. London. Now we can add yours. 3. We have months of the year. Months of the year. Months. E.g. Of course, I want to believe you know the months of the year. We have let's say May, April, July. We have days of the week. Days. Tuesday. Friday. Sunday. Okay. Then let's move to the 5th one. The 5th type of proper nouns. We have oceans. Like the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. Always try as much as you can to give your personal, examples whenever you're asking the video, you come across the video. It helps you to learn faster. We have 6. Organizational names. E.g. we have like Google. We have Google. We have Harvard University. Harvard University. We have Harvard University. We have like MTN, of course. MTN Nigeria. We have MTN. MTN Nigeria, and others. So you can always add yours. Then also we have names of subjects. Subjects. E.g., of course, English, English language, physics, mathematics. So, these, what we just done now, because we actually have realized that most students don't actually know when to use capital letters. And when you're marking work, we know this because we actually mark the scripts, the external exams. You see, it's a student spelling his or her name as John with a small j. So by the time you are done writing, let's say, a composition, at the end of the day, you will be happy that, I wrote it very well. But we have marking scheme, and in it, all these are actually issues. And then by the time you're supposed to write capitalize the J, and instead they're giving us a small j, you just minus 2. You deduct what 2 from that score. And by the time we're done, someone who should have actually, gotten, say, like a 16 or 17, will now what? Getting 40, 30. So all this punctuation, spellings are very important in English words, language studies. Alright, so number 8, here we have languages. E.g., they have here, we have Hausa, for example, Hausa. English, I always use English because that's what we're doing. English, French, Spanish. That's what language I would like to learn. Spanish language. And of course, Mandarin, Spanish. Okay? So, also, languages, the first letters of languages are also what's capitalized. Okay? Then we have mountains. You see, we're taking our time to give you detailed information so that you can follow up by the time the class progresses. Alright, number 9, we have oceans. Okay. Alright, number 8, like I said, is languages. So every letter, the beginning letters of each of the languages you're writing or speaking is supposed to be capitalized. So the next one is mountains, which is number 9. Mountains. And here, as my examples, we have Mount Everest. The one we have, Mount Everest, Kilimanjaro, Mount Kilimanjaro, and we could add yours if you want also. We have Table Mountain, in South Africa. So these are also what proper nouns that you should what you should take notes of the first letters. Okay. Then number 10. Number 10. At number 10 we have deserts. Deserts. We have deserts like Sahara deserts. Deserts. Sahara deserts. Sahara deserts. Sahara desert, and then we have also Kalahari desert. Yeah, Kalahari desert. Kalahari deserts. If you like, let's add desert to it. All right. So number 11. I hope not too much, because I'm giving you everything. We're laying it bare to you because we actually value our students here. That's why we're taking our time to explain to you. Okay, so we have number 11 as okay, we're done with deserts. We're done with deserts. We're moving to number 11, which is newspaper and magazines. Newspapers, e.g. newspapers. E.g. we have the Punch newspaper, leadership newspaper, and then we have other ones too, which you can add. Or let's see, the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper. Okay, and then last but not least, we have number 12 as titles. E.g. Mr., Mrs., Doctor, Professor, can add yours to it. I'll have to write this part for the assignment. Okay, so now for number 12, we have titles. Titles are also proper nouns. Titles are also proper nouns, like the Emir of Kano, the Asaba of Asaba, So these ones are also what? Titles. Now, having, explained, I would like to do the usual thing that we do here in this class. I'm giving you a home fun. I call it home fun, where you are expected to supply some of the answers and practice what we have taught in class. Okay, so for your home fun, you are going to supply or underline or fish out the proper nouns in this paragraph. Dr. Adekunle is a renowned author. Dr. Adekunle is a renowned author at Harvard University. University. He lives in Lagos, Nigeria. He lives in Lagos, Nigeria, and owns a beautiful cafe. He lives in Lagos, Nigeria, and owns a beautiful cafe called Cafe Cabana, where Nelson Mandela once had what? Once sipped coffee. So this is your home fun. Now what you need to do is to go through it, read it carefully, and fish out the proper nouns in this paragraph. So far in today's class, we have been able to define what parts of speech are and explain it critically and in detail. We defined parts of speech as the different grammatical categories into which the English speech is broken or divided for proper analysis. And then we went ahead to explain that a noun is a word that means people, places, things, animals, concepts, and ideas. Also, we gave examples of nouns as proper noun, which is the first one we actually explained, and then we explained that the proper noun actually that actually names specific people, places, and ideas, and then went further to give examples of proper nouns to include months, days of the week, months of the year, individual names of people, and also oceans and mountains, to mention but a few of them. So, thank you, and I hope to see you in our next class. Bye for now.